I remembered seeing the hills on fire in '83 when the place burnt down, and then the incredible job that was done to rebuild it after those fires. And so when we had the opportunity to purchase it and come back and get involved in it, I was quite excited about where it could go, what it could become.
A 175-year-old manor house and estate that's only 30 minutes from an international airport and so close to a big city. Just that sort of opportunity doesn't exist anywhere else in this country. And so, I mean, really preserving that history and the background was non-negotiable. So it was very, very clear in everything we did along the way.
And we were just talking about it before, the belief that the guest journey needed to centre around the historic part of the property, which is the original homestead. And so we wanted to have reception, the bar, you know, the cocktail bar, the restaurant, the breakout areas, all those areas in the original homestead, and that's what we've now achieved.
It's a very diverse offering on the property, and you know, actually employs 165 employees. So probably perhaps one of the largest sort of hospitality employers outside the city.
I used to greet all the guests at the front door. We'd know when they were coming up the drive or whatever. So I'd go and meet them at the front door, walk them down to what was then the Piccadilly restaurant, and hand them their wine lists. I think, did you do mainly Hardy's?
Yeah, I did Hardy's, yeah. And Border Hills Lounge, special parties. When they had big groups, I was always the one that they would choose to look after the group, because I was the only one that could carry 12 plates on my arm. So it was a lot of work, a lot of hard work, but happy to do it. Everyone got along so well together. It was just like one big party.
One
big
home away
family.
from home.
Yeah.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
One exciting time, do you remember Fleetwood Mac staying here?
I remember Tom Jones did.
Did
I remember taking some afternoon tea to his room.
I mean, what they've done here is just amazing.
Incredible. It's just
really
incredible.
is.
It's totally different now, isn't it?
Well, we started when there's 8 little guest rooms and the veranda, of course, along.
The view and everything is just so unique and so beautiful.
Refurbishing the property, we went through all the rooms and did a soft upgrade of all the rooms and did all the gardens, and we were largely a wedding and conference venue with, I'd say, a boutique bed and breakfast offering. That led into creating the restaurant in the original homestead. There was a lot of major building works that needed to be achieved, and we had to be really sympathetic to the history of the property and do all those works and not look like we'd actually touched a lot. And that was the starting moment in us going into the luxury space on the estate here. We were getting guests coming through constantly saying the restaurant's fabulous, but the rooms need a little bit of a refresh. And then we went, okay, if you're going to do a restaurant of this calibre, then the rooms have to meet the same quality levels. And so that necessitated going through every room and gutting them back to nothing left in the room, just bare walls, and rebuilding them from scratch.
Our number one investment is in service. So, you know, whilst the manor house itself is only 30 rooms, we have full-time luxury concierge and 3 people in our escape planning department to put together people's itineraries before they come on holidays, and very unbelievable service levels. We have a history tour every evening, and with a wine tasting and other experiences like that when customers are staying with us, which is really our business. We provide experiences. It just happens to be a hotel.
I was absolutely delighted to be head chef here in a brand new luxury establishment like this. And I still remember the day here in Mount Lofty House Kitchen where I received this box of wild foods. I tried things like lemon myrtle, bunya nuts, kakadu plum, Davison plums, you know, fruits, nuts, seeds and herbs I've never even dreamt existed. Suddenly in my kitchen, and we're able to play with these things and develop this amazing new Australian cuisine. And you see the menu here today with lots of beautiful little snacks and small petite courses and so many native Australian influences there. Now that would not have been possible in 85, 86. Years later coming back finally after a long break to see this amazing extension, and it just has been done so well. And of course, the food and beverage, the service, exemplary. It was just an incredible transformation.
Yes, I first came in contact with Mount Lofty House through a chef who worked here, and he asked me if I'd be interested. I did about a dozen paintings. Took a little while to get them here, but it turned out really well, and I've stayed here ever since and supplying the house with paintings. Birds are my subjects at the moment, and koalas, all the native flora, fauna that's available here in the hills, an endless array of subjects. Oh, well, it's walls I need to hang my work, and these are the best walls around. They really are, and it's a real privilege to be able to show them here.
It's had meanderings, it's gone in different directions at times, but we've taken it back to being this incredible celebrated venue for hospitality and life celebrations.
David's already touched on when we started off as the wedding reception and B&B sort of concept, all the way through to, what is Australia's most awarded hotel. To get that sort of recognition for a 30-room hotel on the edge of Adelaide in the beautiful hills, I think is quite extraordinary.
It's 40 years of hospitality, it's 175 years of history to South Australia, and we celebrate that. So that 40-year journey is all around what Ross Sands rebuilt after the fires, and I just think it's so incredible, the notion of buying this old building that had burnt down and then rebuilding it into this incredible hospitality offering.